Hi guys, and welcome to my December book recommendations video, which is my last book recommendations video, at least of this year. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue it into next year, but it is the conclusion of my 2017 book recommendations series. In January, I set myself a goal of reading 52 books in 2017, and then every month I talked about the books I read and how close I was getting to that goal. And if you watched my video from last month, you'll know that in order to get to my goal of 52 books this year, I would have had to have read, I think, like 14 books in December. And to no one's surprise, I did not manage to read 14 books this month. I actually read even less than I thought. Like, I didn't really think I would read 14 books, but I still thought I'd read like a decent amount, like at least like 7. I really only read like 1 book this month. I was just busier than I thought. You know, it's Christmas, I'm visiting family, and I was just busy, okay? So I kind of read 3 books this month. The first 2 were books that I started like last month and I finished this month. So I finished the One Punch Man manga, and I finished From a Certain Point of View, which is like a collection of Star Wars short stories. I talked about them in my previous videos, so you'll probably already know them. But anyways, I finished those this month, and then the only book I actually read from beginning to end this month, like seriously, I only read 1 book. It was this book. So it's called Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. You've probably heard of John Green. Everyone's heard of John Green. Everyone knows John Green. I've read all of his books. I read him long before he wrote The Fault in Our Stars, which is like what made him really famous. And I think he's a really good writer. I think he writes really good young adult, and I enjoy his books a lot. So this is his newest one. It just came out a couple months ago. I actually bought it the day it came out. And kind of forgot about it. I was reading other stuff, so I finally read it, and it's really good. I mean, I like all of John Green's. I would have been surprised if it wasn't good. I don't know if it's my favorite John Green book. I think Unabundance of Catherines is my favorite, or Will Grayson, which he like co-authored, are probably like 2 of my favorites, but it was still really good. Well, okay, to summarize real quick what it's about a girl named Azza who has really bad anxiety and like OCD, and also she was kind of friends with this kid whose dad was a billionaire, and then the kid's dad goes missing, and then it's like a combination of like her internal struggle with this like mental illness, and then also the external struggle of this kid's billionaire dad went missing, and her friend wants to like figure it out, so they get like the reward money for having like information, and she kind of like had a crush on this kid and like sort of has a relationship with him. Yeah, you know, good old John Green. Romance, kind of, but not really. I would say it's probably even less romantic than a lot of the other ones. And one of the things I like about it is that there is a very strong female friendship. Like, the main character is a girl. She has a really good, well, a very complicated best friend named Daisy. They get along, but they don't always get along, and I don't know, I thought it was a really good relationship. I think this is the first John Green book that has a real female friendship, because the other book of his that has a female main character is The Fault in Our Stars. The main character in that doesn't really have any friends outside of her relationship with Augustus Waters. Is that his name? I feel like that's his name, but it's been a long time since I read that book. August Waters? I don't know. Anyways, that kid. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, the friendship between Azza and Daisy I really enjoyed. And as someone who has a lot of anxiety, quite similar to Azza's anxiety in this book, surrounding like health things and medical things and whatever, it hit very close to home. Almost too close to home, and I think maybe that's why I didn't enjoy it as much as I could have, because it was like almost a little hard to read, but also good. I don't know, it like, the fact that I kind of related a lot to Azza made it like more enjoyable but also less enjoyable. But I think it was really good, interesting to read. I really like where John Green is going. You can read a John Green book and it feels like a John Green book, but every book is a little bit different, and I like that he's having more female main characters, and I don't know, I just liked it a lot. There is like a side plot where Azza's best friend Daisy writes Star Wars fan fiction, and that was simultaneously like a little bit cringy, because I don't know why. I love fan fiction in real life, but like when in a book someone talks a lot about like social media or fan fiction or something, it always feels a little weird to me. I'm like, no, that's on the internet. That doesn't belong in a book. I don't know, that's just me. But on the other hand, it was really funny and enjoyable, and it was like, she wrote Rey Chewbacca fanfiction. I don't know, I enjoyed it. I was on a Star Wars kick also, so yeah, it was good. And it was also like a plot point, because, well, I won't spoil it, but anyways, the fact that she writes Star Wars fanfiction is like kind of related to the plot, more so than just a joke or like a side thing. But yeah, that was the 1 book I read this month. It was good. If you like John Green, I would recommend it. If for some reason you haven't read John Green, I would recommend going back and reading all of his books, because I think he's a really, really good young adult writer. I think you can learn a lot from him. I think he shapes characters really well. And I think this is a really good one. And if you want to read about like OCD and mental illness and stuff, I think this is a pretty good book. As someone who can relate, it's pretty accurate. So yeah, it was a good book, and that's like the only book I read this month. So I think I'm at 41 out of 52 books in 2017. That's like 11 less books than I wanted to read. But it was more like a goal rather than something I definitely thought I was going to achieve, so I'm not like too upset. I think I probably read more books this year than last year, because I wasn't even like counting last year, and I really don't think I read that much. So 41 books is a good amount, I think. A lot of them were quite long, some of them were shorter, but it was just, you know, fun to actually put some effort and time into reading more, because when I was younger I read all the time, like literally. I read probably hundreds of books in a year when I was younger, because reading was my only hobby, and now I spend like a lot of time on the internet and I do other things. But yeah, I want to read more. I think in 2018 I will again set myself a goal of trying to read 52 books, and I will put that on my Goodreads account, which I will link to in the description. I don't know if I'm gonna make videos like this, because I don't know, I enjoyed them, but also I think it was sort of a thing I wanted to do for 1 year. But if you do want to know what I'm reading and you want to keep track of that, or you want me to know what you're reading, you can become my friend on Goodreads and you can see what I read in 2018. And if you really enjoyed these videos, you can comment down below and maybe I'll do them again in 2018, or maybe I'll just do them less frequently, like maybe not every month, but once in a while when I read some good books, I'll do like an actual book recommendations video of like my favorite books I've read recently. I might do that. So anyways, if you have watched my book recommendations videos this year, thank you. If you enjoyed this one, you can like it, you can subscribe, because I might do more book recommendation videos, and I do lots of other videos about video games and anime and just nerdy things. So thanks for watching, and happy 2018, because it's the very end of 2017 now. So hopefully you have a good new year.